Nonchalantla.
Ngikona oh.
Tando Lushle.
Yebo.
Onotando.
Yes, ma'am.
Masejo.
Present, teacher.
Lirotu.
Yes, ma'am.
Jacqueline.
I'm present, miss.
Lazon.
Ja, juffrouw.
Andre.
Hierso, juffrouw.
Thank you, children. How do you like children? The class is in comments. In the subtle spirit of Halloween, address me as Professor Shades. Yes, Professor Shades. In today's video, we will be dissecting a garment into patterns. Yes, dissecting, you heard that right. Welcome to the channel that provides you content you never asked for, because I think you need it and you're gonna love it.
Okay, what does she mean?
Literatu, I asked you to
Sorry,
be
ma'am.
quiet.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry.
Without further ado, if you're still interested, please continue watching. Oh no, Tando.
Ma'am, it wasn't me.
Tando. Thank you very much for clicking onto this video. In today's video, we're continuing with the pattern series. In a couple of videos before, I explained to you guys what a pattern is, how it is made, and we also looked at how to draft a basic bodice pattern block. Now, to refresh your memory a bit, a basic bodice pattern block is the top part of your body's pattern. It's a whatever top that you can think of that is basic, that is what that pattern is for. If you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, you can always go and check it out on my channel. The link will also be in the description box below. Okay, to start, let me explain what dissecting a garment into patterns is. We're going to be looking at a couple of garments, and I'm going to show you guys how that garment looked before it was put together. So basically what we're going to be doing is cutting up the the garment into its pattern pieces, and I'll be drawing to you guys how these pieces look like. But before, we're going to start by looking at all the basic pattern blocks, and then we will dissect the garment a little bit later. So let us get to it.
So to start off, I want to draw for you guys what I think. This is how I think. This is my thinking process. When I think of a pattern, anything, this is where it starts, okay? Before I can even start designing, I need to know what something looks like or the idea of where I would be going. So we're going to look at the basic pattern blocks. And right now what I'm starting with is the bodice block. But now we already did the bodice block in the previous video, and I want you guys to see that it kind of looks the same. You know, if you look, squint your eyes. But yeah, I'm bad at drawing, but this is how I think, and I think this is going to make it easier for you guys to understand clothing a bit better when you know and grasp the idea of how a pattern looks like before the garment is made. This also makes any creation of a garment a lot easier. So I've drawn both my back and front, as you guys can see over there, and both of them have these triangle looking things which are called darts, and darts are made for helping the garment sit well on your body, sit well on your curves. So it covers all those areas that wouldn't be covered by the fabric if the fabric didn't have any dots. The second thing that I'm drawing there is pants. Like I said, don't mind my drawing. These are the pants, and this is how it looks like. I didn't draw it here, but the back crotch area is longer than the front, and this is because you have a bigger curve at the back. Your front does not have much curve, but this is a bit different with the males, and I'm drawing here for females, okay? So the next thing that I drew there is the dress block, and as you can see, there are diamonds there in the middle, and those are also called dots, but those are called diamond dots, and they're meant to suppress any extra fabric on your waist so that the garment can sit well. Bear in mind that these patterns that I'm drawing here are for woven fabrics. So it will be different with stretch fabrics, but we will look into that a little bit later. Just keep on following. I've also drawn there the skirt that looks similar to the back as well as a combination of the front. Because the back of the skirt has 2 dots, just like the back of the pants has 2 dots. With the sleeve, I've already drawn there. The sleeve has one side that is a lot curvier than the other, so the one curve is a lot deeper than the other, and the other is a bit flatter. And the reason for this is because your back does not need much space for movement, but your front, because you move your arm forward most times. I hope you understand. So what you're witnessing right now are technical drawings. Technical drawings are flat garment versions. So flat drawings of a garment. So yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys what the patterns would look like if we were to draw them out. This is how I think. This is my thinking process. So this could be different for everyone or whatever, but I like to just know how something would look like before I even start making the pattern. So as you can see, we want to know how many pieces we're going to have. We have one for the front and two pieces at the back, and we know this because of that center seam line. And then we have our waistband, which we could have two back pieces or one, but you know there are two ways of making a waistband, and I'm going to show you guys. And remember, I'm not drawing according to proportion, I'm just drawing for understanding. So this is the first piece, which is for the front. It is one whole skirt. There is no line dividing anything. There are no cuts except for the dots. So those are the triangles that represent the dots, and that's it. The same thing for the back, but the back has been divided by that line in the middle, which means there is a seam, there is a cut, and therefore that means we have two pieces, and that we're going to mark as 3 and 4. And then just write whether it's the left side or the right side. How you draw should be how you would wear it. So the back skirt is on your left. It is also on your left. So you're just gonna mark it like that. I don't know if you understand me, but I hope you understand me. So now here are two ways of drawing a waistband. You can either have a one long strip, as I've drawn here, the back being both ends and the front is going to be in the center over there. Or you could have three pieces, one front piece, a back piece, and another back piece. And these pieces will be joined to the front. And bear in mind that these ones are straight because there is nothing telling us that this is a curved waistband. Therefore, the waistband can be straight and can be cut on a straight line. But you understand better when we get into the pants, the skinny pants. So these are the patterns, and that's how they would look. And we know that we have, I think in total we had 5 pieces or 4, depending on which waistband method you used. So here is a simple basic top, and this one has 5 pieces. So the first one is the front. And as you can see, this is how you would have to cut out the fabric. This is the pattern for it. And then the next one is the back. It is one whole piece. And a basic t-shirt is made from a knit fabric. So yeah. And then the next thing is the sleeves. You would need 2 sleeves. And bear in mind that I am drawing them with curves on different sides to show us that this one is for the back and this one's for the front. And for the neckline over there, we need a bias tape that we're going to stretch around to come onto the neckline. So now here is a t-shirt dress, and you could use a normal dress block for this one. I'm going to be using a separate paper to show you guys. The front has 2 pieces. There are lines they're separating, and you need to know that center has buttons. I think it's not visible here, so there is a button stand, so therefore we're going to have an extra piece there. So here are our 2 fronts with the dots there, and there's our button stand. We need to have a piece for our button stand that is an extended fabric piece onto our center front. And now our sleeves. And I think at this point I actually kind of forgot that I was supposed to be drawing patterns, but this is how you would have to draw it if it was sewn together, like I showed you guys before. Now this is the collar. Those peaks are for the front and the center is for the back. And now we're drawing the back. In the back was just one piece. There was no seam dividing anything. And there are our pieces. We are going to count them. And I forgot that with a collar stand, you need 2 pieces. And we had a total of 8 pieces here. The next thing is our skinny pants. And as you can see, guys, our waist is shaped. So this is called a shaped waistband. And this one, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It is different from the A-line skirts waistband. And we're going to ignore that part, which is the crotch area, the zip guard. We're going to ignore it for this video. I want to go into detail with it in another video. So we're going to leave it to that. So these are the pieces that you would need to make these skinny jeans. This is the front. You need the right side and the left side. So there we have it. The next thing we're going to need is the back. And remember that the back's crotch area is a lot longer than the front to accommodate a booty. So I like to just mark with this is the back, this is the front, this is the left, this is the right, just to make things simpler for myself. But this is also important for anyone who would have to use your patterns if you made them for them. So here is a shape waistband. Remember, I also did pockets, so I also made pocket pattern pieces over there. And this is how your shaped waistband would look like. This is for the front. Because there was a division there in the middle, because there is a zip, then we're going to have 2 pieces for the front and we're going to have 1 piece at the back. And both or all waistbands are cut on the shape, and we're going to need 2 of each piece. So now in total, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces in total, excluding the guard. Well, Rebels, we've reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have learned something. Until next time, see you guys next week.